breaking news from CBS 17 News.
And breaking news, while you were asleep, Nash County deputies recaptured 4 of the 5 escaped jail inmates they have been looking for. Good morning, everyone. I'm Russ Bowen.
Good morning, I'm Tanaya Wright. We will have much more on that breaking news story coming up. Plus, it's a big day at the General Assembly for education. Coming up this half hour, what state lawmakers want to do to improve North Carolina public schools. But first, 30 seconds to catch you up on stories making headlines on this Tuesday.
There was a sheriff right there just walking down the road with a gun, and I'm like, what's going on?
The search for 5 inmates who managed to escape from the jail.
Bow, he shot.
Police shot and killed a man at a Burger King. They say he was acting strangely and refused to put down his gun.
On CBS 17 this morning.
Carolina cut down the nets 2 years ago, and one key member of that team is using that national championship game as motivation.
I actually watch it pretty frequently, honestly. I mean, I think just because it was one of the best days of my life, it's also a reminder of how great it can feel.
It can feel pretty great, but whatever gets you in the zone to continue on. They're in the Sweet 16 now.
That's right, and to keep winning, right? That is the thing, Paul Hagen.
And it's nice to hear him say that, yeah, I go back and rewatch that. So often hear professional athletes like, nope, on to the next thing. We're just trying to win this year. But yeah, you won a national championship. Go watch that again. Early morning showers moving out of here. We don't have to rewatch those because we're going to see drier air moving in, clearing skies, breezy and cool, but at least things are going to dry out as we head towards midday. Warmer weather on the way by the end of the work week and the weekend. Right now, the showers mainly from the Triangle to the south and east. It's just light shower activity left over right now in eastern Wake County, drying out in Durham County, over into Orange County. So things are heading in a better direction, at least in terms of rain chances. Temperature-wise, I can't say the same thing. 44 degrees now in the Triangle, 41 still in Roanoke Rapids. We're not going to drop much farther. The cool air has pretty much settled in. Farther south, you're not done dropping yet. 55 degrees in Fayetteville. You'll end up about 6 or 7 degrees cooler over the next couple of hours. And then temperatures will bounce back slowly as we head through the rest of the day. Mid-50s for high temperatures with that sun breaking through, but the northeasterly winds will keep us air conditioned this afternoon. We'll talk about the warmer part of the forecast in just a few minutes. Right now, Aaron's checking your 6 o'clock traffic.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Our road conditions are on the wet side, so less than ideal this morning, but no major delays yet. This is a look outside I-40 at Rock Quarry Road. That's one of the busier spots around town. So is this spot. This is 40 at the US 164 and 440 interchange. Everything looking pretty good. And you know what? I haven't seen our drive time slow down yet because of those wet roads. Looking at the map of Raleigh right now, everything looks pretty good as you head into downtown Raleigh. All I'm seeing is a little bit of light traffic on 98 between Wake Forest and Durham. In Durham, still have some lane closures there on 70. Those are going to open up any minute now. And then besides that, everything does look pretty good in the Durham area. Here's a look at our southbound drive times into Raleigh. These are all normal despite the fact that 2 of them are lit up in orange. 16 minutes from 540 to downtown on Capitol and 12 minutes from 540 to downtown on 70.
And breaking news overnight, Nash County deputies tracked down 4 out of 5 escaped inmates.
CBS 17 Susanna Black live in Nash County. And Susanna, we know that 2 of those inmates were found at about midnight and 2 more were found at 4 o'clock this morning.
Well, that's right. And we were here as Nash County deputies walked one of those escaped inmates, David Ruffin, back through this door into the Nash County jail. I want you to see the video that we captured of that moment. Now, David Ruffin is a convicted sex offender and one of the 4 Sheriff Keith Stone's team captured overnight. He was in Farmville along with Keonta Murphy. Now they're on the hunt for that final inmate, LaQuaris Battle. He was in jail for stealing a car and simple assault. Now, the sheriff says the inmates were in the exercise yard yesterday when they kicked an opening in the fence, then made their way through two doors and out to freedom. Stone says no guards were physically in the yard at the time. Instead, they were monitoring the inmates by camera, but the camera was turned away, creating a blind spot. The Highway Patrol, the FBI, U.S. Marshals, and other local agencies are assisting in this search for that final inmate, LaQuaris Battle, and residents are asked if you see anything suspicious to please call the sheriff's office. For now, reporting live in Nash County, I'm Susanna Black, CBS 17 News.
Susanna, thank you for that incredible video you sent us, and thank you for that as well. Well, the German family who owns Big Steaks and Krispy Kreme has deep ties to the Nazi Third Reich. A German newspaper found that during World War II, the family supported the Nazi Party financially and used French prisoners of war and Russian civilians in its factories. The modern company, JAB Holdings, also owns major stakes in Einstein Brothers Bagels and Panera Bread. The current managing partner does not dispute the newspaper's findings and is donating $11 million to charity. He He's also commissioned a historian to write a report on the family's ties to the Nazis. JAB Holdings bought Winston-Salem-based Kristi Cheek back in 2016.
A Wake County 18-year-old might spend the rest of his life behind bars after a shooting that happened inside of a Cary bookstore.
We first told you about the breaking news story Friday night at 11. An employee who didn't want us to use his name told our own Robert Richardson doctors had to dig those BBs out of his arms after the shooting and his hand. Witnesses say Jonathan Courtney walked into Cary Barnes & Noble with an air pistol and an air rifle and just started shooting. Investigators charged Courtney with several dozen counts, including an assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, as well as possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Police did not answer our questions, though, about that particular device.
Garner police confirm a 19-year-old named Daniel Murkison died on Sunday night. Now they found his body in a car near Van Dorn Springs Road and 7th Avenue. A woman was also injured, we're told. At this time, investigators still are not releasing any suspect information, but they do tell us the shooting was not random.
A second person has now died following a weekend fire on Horseshoe Road. This is in Durham. Firefighters rushed to the home early Saturday morning to find one person outside, 2 people trapped inside. A man passed away on Saturday, and since then, a female has died. One man did survive, though. He was treated for smoke inhalation.
Students in Charlottesville, Virginia walked out of class on Monday. You can see them right here. This was a direct response to threats against African Americans and Hispanics. Those threats shut down all 9 schools Thursday and Friday. A 17-year-old was arrested for those threats. Well, here at the General Assembly, House education leaders are going to give an update this afternoon on a series of bills to improve education in public schools right here in North Carolina. House leaders are looking at school performance grades, calendar alignment, and reducing the number of standardized tests that are given to those students.
Well, the fight to become a town employee is one step closer for Wake Forest firefighters. The chief says there are staffing issues because they're part of a nonprofit. Now, this means they have a 401k instead of the state retirement benefits offered to city employees. The Board of Commissioners has agreed to do a feasibility study. They hope to complete it, though, by this summer.
The Forestry Division went back to Nash County on Monday to check out on any hot spots from this weekend's wildfire. The Middlesex Volunteer Fire Department says it took them about 5 hours to contain that 70-acre fire on Sunday. Now, there are still signs up warning neighbors about smoke. You can see all that smoke right there on your screen. As of right now, there is no word yet on what started the fire.
Well, this is the sort of thing that gets Paul Hagan and Aaron Clanahan very excited to watch. NASA's Terra satellite just released this image of a giant explosion in the sky about 16 miles above the Bering Sea. That fireball was captured on December 18th, along with the shadow of what is a meteor's tail. Scientists say it was the most powerful meteor observed since 2013. Because of its location, it posed no threat to the ground, and that is a good thing it was where it was. Right, Paul?
About the same size as the one that exploded over Russia back in 2013 and did a lot of damage. Shattered a lot of windows, caused some injuries. About the same yield as a medium-sized nuclear weapon, just 16 miles off the ground. Around here this morning, boy, it's so much calmer than that. Just a few showers winding down right now in the Triangle. The heavier rain is off to the south and east, continuing to work its way from Johnston County into Wayne County. Some showers still that are slightly heavier in Wilson County and Edgecombe County, and then back into the Sandhills. But everything is moving to the southeast. Our rain chances will continue to diminish as we head through the rest of the morning. They're going to be gone for the most part by late morning, and the clouds are going to depart as we head into the afternoon. Right now, the street drying out a little bit. Salem Street, still some puddles left over. The flag is whipping in the wind that delivered the cool air. 45 degrees now in Apex, 46 degrees in Sanford, with the flag standing out in Depot Park. Still wet there, though, because the rain's fallen more recently. But those puddles should evaporate pretty quickly with such a strong wind from the northeast, delivering some drier air to help get rid of the leftover rain. 41 in Roanoke Rapids and Henderson, still our cool spots. 44 Raleigh, 43 Durham, 45 now in Clayton. You've dropped 5 degrees in the last hour, and you're still going to drop. For Fayetteville, Clinton, Rayford are spots that are still in the low to mid 50s. You're going to end up around 50 at best as we head through the next couple of hours. That cool air is on its way. Our temperatures in the Triangle stay nearly steady. The rain's going to taper off. Temperatures are going to be still in the 40s, though, as we head through most of the morning hours, and then warming up to the low to mid 50s throughout the afternoon. 55 for a high. That's 10 degrees below normal for this time of year, and it's going to be flat out cold tonight. Slightly warmer as you head towards Fayetteville and the Sandhills. The sun will break through there as well. Temperatures bounce back to the upper upper 50s this afternoon, but that's not much different than you are right now. Temperatures tomorrow start off near freezing. Same thing Thursday morning. Upper 50s for highs tomorrow. Mid-60s on Thursday. More of a warm-up on Thursday because the wind will be out of a warmer direction, and we'll be back into the 70s for highs by Friday. So not a long cold snap, but it will be noticeable, especially around this time of morning the next couple of days. We'll take a look at the weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
I'm excited for those 70s.
Yeah, that will feel really nice. This morning we have wet roads out there, and I also have gas prices that are on the rise. So I'm not the bearer of the best news.
No, you're not.
But you know what? Just got to keep it real here. So in Raleigh, in the Triangle area, gas prices are up by about 3 cents compared to last week. In Raleigh, I was able to find gas for $2.28 this morning. That's at the Shell station on New Bern Avenue, and that is the cheapest I could find. So that is way below the average around the Triangle. Keep that in mind as you head out to get gas this morning. In Durham, I found it for $2.49 at the Shell station on Duke Street, and in Fayetteville, I found it for $2.39 at the Circle K on South Riley Road. Here's a look outside. This is Edwards Mill Road at Durley Road. Pretty quiet through this area. Not seen much there. From Durham to Research Triangle Park, all of these drive times are in the orange. So it's not terrible, but just kind of starting to slow down a little bit. 9 minutes from downtown Durham to RTP on the Durham Freeway. And on 70, about 11 minutes to get from downtown to RTP. On 55, looking pretty good. 17 minutes from Durham to Research Triangle Park. Tanaya.
All right, thank you, Erin. Time right now is 6:11 on this Tuesday morning. NASA canceled its first ever female spacewalk, and this was all over a wardrobe malfunction. What this means for local astronaut Christina Cook coming up. Plus, we are on top of this breaking news, have been all morning. Nash County, the search continues this morning for one of the escaped inmates. Again, the 4 others have been captured. This man on your screen right here, they are still looking for this morning. We'll hear from our Susanna Black about that search coming up.